Alright, g'day, hi. G'day, hi, and welcome. Gauging silver pellet. Yeah, flowers. Got one more stop, two more stops, three more stops. Three more stops to make, technically. Got to see some expertise about planting flowers. Because it doesn't tell you what soil to plant these in. It just says don't use fertilizer. And there's perennials and annuals in there, and I don't know which ones are which in there. And I don't know what is required, but it makes it sound like you just throw these suckers in the ground and they take or they don't. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Whoa, I don't watch that. My truck, I would just like, I wouldn't even think about that. I just right over top of that, right? But this, you just take off in front of your bumper to hit that thing too hard. I haven't found, nobody's lost any car parts on the, I'm amazed nobody's lost car parts on this road. This year it's not so bad, but usually right here it's just so muddy and bad. But it's a little drier this year, but alright. Bounce. Remember when my truck nearly went in the ditch there when the engine died on me? While I was driving power steering, I was like, oh! I think it was that tree there, and nearly, I stopped just before I hit it, and it kind of like put it in 4x4 to back out. And oh yeah, I nearly died. Oh, my poor truck thunder, I gotta fix it. So at least Snippy Shark is in the Whippersnipper Hospital, hopefully getting fixed up. Or he could be, I could be doing a triple burial today of two chainsaws, a metaphorical burial, but a triple burial of my two Ninja Shark, the 260, Sasquatch, the 270, and you know, Nippy Shark, my Whippersnipper. You know, like, who knows? But whatever it is, he might say, I'm not a piston screwed in this thing, man. Here, take another one off the shelf. Great. But I don't know if they replace it if you get another warrant, like if the warranty still holds for 2 years, or it's like, no, that burns up your warranty. You're on your own now. I don't know. And like I said, I didn't abuse it, but I mean, they're work tools, right? You know, so you almost need 3 whippersnippers so that you could cycle them so you don't wear them out. You know what I mean? Like some of these whippersnippers that I have and have been using the past 4 or 5 years or whatever it's been, like they only get a little bit of use, but my whippersnippers get lots of use. Like, I mean, I probably got like 7 or 8 years worth of use out of my whippersnipper, but that's what I do for a living, right? So it's not just like one person once a week. It's like I have one client, this year probably won't be as bad for the whippersnippers, but man, did I ever clear a lot of her property with that whippersnipper. And trust me, it was like really thick stuff too. Like I did a couple of ditches, whatever, but that's why I gotta get my brush hog, that Johnsert, that 51cc Johnsert brush cutter, I always call it brush hog, but brush cutter fixed, because that sucker is meant for those big hard jobs, right? That thing I got for free. Again, if it's worth building it, it might be, that might be worth rebuilding. But then again, depending on how much money I make, how early on, how I can wrangle my credit card debt, by the end of the season, I could be very well outfitted. Like if I buy, say, 8 grand worth of, well, if I max out my credit card, it's $7,500 bucks. So let's say I pay off my credit card, pays off the guitars, the drums, right? And then I just go max it right out, right? But while the money's coming in, and this year, I'll have it, right? That'll pay itself off. You know, like, guys, a turnkey business is really, like, yard work is a turnkey business. It's probably the easiest business you can get into, because you can get into it with a car. It's just the riding mower you can't do, the push lawnmower, you can get one in the back here, but you'll have to drive with the trunk open and strap down. My buddy Paul and I do it all the time. So you can do that. Rototiller, stuff like that, okay, that's more like specialty job. If you're doing a lot of flower beds, then you're definitely probably going to want to get a rototiller. Even a small one. But just because it'll rip things up, you know, like whatever. It's just faster, right? But a lot of hand tools, rakes, shovels. You know, I have a long handled shovel, a flat, you know, a short handled shovel, like 2 spade shovels, maybe 3, 2 long handles, 1 short, and then a flat shovel for cleanup. You know, aluminum shovel, doesn't matter what it is. Plastic, just like your square shovel is usually a good steel square shovel is like good for snow, but it's really good for like cleanup, especially when we clean out the trailers and stuff like that when we're dumping. Good to have that stuff, and that stuff is relatively inexpensive. You know, hose, edging tool. Like that's the first tool that I need this year that I might not have is an edging tool, right? And that makes does the edges and trim all around the, you know, the flower beds, makes it look really nice, and a nice sharp line there. So there's all that stuff to get, right? Which you're looking at probably a couple of $100 to get all that, but it pays for itself the first time you use it. You know what I mean? Rakes, you know, steel tine rake, and fan rakes. Get one good steel tine rake, you're probably good. Maybe 2 if you can afford it, because then if you have another guy working with you, you know what I mean? But fan rakes you tend to go through quite quickly. I tend to like the steel ones more than because the plastic ones, I find they warp too much and then they just don't pick up anything, you know? Blow all the smoke out of my freaking car. Dust. It smells like mud in here now. All that dust. So you get all that going. Get your chainsaws, your whippersnippers. Something I'd like to get, what I got to get is a branch cutter, like one of those extended branch cutters. I'll get the manual one first, but still makes one for basically like tree pruning stuff. They're expensive enough though, but like that stuff I use enough, but I don't use it enough, right? And the thing is about the gas powered one, it's easier, but it doesn't extend as high as the other one goes up like 15 feet or 12 feet or something like that, which is usually right about the spot where you gotta clear on a tree, like, you know, cutting the lower branches. So saves you climbing with a chainsaw, you know what I mean? And those things, they're not that expensive. They're expensive enough, you know. You might, again, it might be a $60 to $100 tool, but 1-2 jobs, it pays for itself, right? Because usually it doesn't take you all day to do it. It's like usually remove 3 branches and then you're done, you know. But it's a tool you have until the day you die. Buy 1 spare blade for it. Just with those, they don't normally go dull. With those, what it is you usually you kink the blade and you bend it, because it's kind of a like a what you call it, music steel blade. It's not too stiff, so sometimes they can bend. Once you bend them, you can't cut with them anymore. So yeah, but the blades are usually like $20, whatever. So you buy 2 blades and you got like, you know, like you know, you have it for the rest of your life, you know. Very, very, very good return on